first things first, happy Memorial Day, okay? And drop down below in the comments if you think Tom Homan is a true patriot. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, okay? Tom Homan just shut down and humiliated this MSNBC host after they tried annihilating him on this. Okay, they just start to just lose it. Whenever common sense is on the table from the MAGA, MAGA warriors, these liberals just lose it. Okay, every time common sense is on the table, they just start to explode. Have you guys seen the same thing? And on top of that, do you guys see this stare? What is this stare here? Okay, it's like this stare that they always have.
So you
like what is this? Okay, let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. Let's get right into the video. Let's go.
So you say nothing's been ruled illegal. Let me read you some court rulings and let you respond as a representative of the administration. A judge says that this administration under current law does not, quote, possess the lawful authority to detain Venezuelan aliens, transfer them from within the United States, or remove them from the country. We'll put that up on the screen, but that's on the Alien Enemies Act. Another judge said the White House failed to prove the existence of the invasion or conflict required to justify invoking that act. Justice Sotomayor, and I'll let you respond, in a ruling that, as you may know, 7-2, included every Trump appointee on the Supreme Court, said U.S. citizens, under what you are advocating, could be, quote, taken off the streets, forced onto planes. History is, she said, no stranger to such lawless regimes, but this nation's system of laws is designed to prevent, not enable their rise. She said that in a dissent on a case where ultimately later, as you know, you've been blocked from using those wartime powers. So you have to acknowledge those rulings, right? You're not disagreeing that the Supreme Court paused some of those powers.
No, but you're talking about two different things. We're talking about the border, securing the border. You're talking about interior enforcement. Two different things. So there has been some court cases on interior enforcement methods or operations. It has nothing to do with border security. Yep. Border security is something separate.
Right. So, I understand the distinction you're making, so I'll let you respond. I'll let you respond on the interior. In the interior, these folks who are, to keep it simple, already here, you've been overruled. I assume you know that, and you're going to follow those Supreme Court rulings, yes?
Well, absolutely. Look, the Alien Enemies Act, here's my position. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a cop, been an immigration officer since 1984. The President of the United States invoked his authorities under Alien Enemies Act to remove who we consider enemies of this country. Trinidad, Agua, and MS-13 are designated terrorists. And we would use the act enacted by Congress, follow the rules within that act, and play by the rules. People need to understand the Alien Enemies Act has a lesser due process system than the Title VIII immigration court proceeding. If you're at war with that country. We think we did the right thing, and we think we did the right thing. We'll continue to litigate it. I mean, President Trump made a commitment.
Do you think we're at
Drop down below if you guys think that he's like got a battery in his back and the liberal eyes, okay? I definitely think he's got this MSNBC host who is repeatedly attacking Tom Homan on these topics. He's definitely got like a battery in his back where he's just, he's propaganded up, okay? He's just loaded up with propaganda and just TDS, and he's just spewing it and letting it all out at Tom Homan, and Homan is not having it, okay? He's like, no, we're going to shut this down right now. And then on top of that, this guy definitely has those Kristen Welker eyes, those Dana Bash soulless eyes, okay? Like, it's just insufferable, like Caitlin Collins, all right? What is with that? Okay, I know you guys know about that liberal stare. Drop down below in the comments if you guys see it with this MSNBC host as well. I certainly do. And it gets worse. He keeps attacking Tom Homan on these topics, but Tom Homan is not having it. Let's go.
War? We're going to move the worst of the worst. We're
do you think we're at war with El Salvador?
Arresting criminals. You don't have to be at war with the Alien Enemies Act. They also can be a predatory incursion. That's what we believe happened, a predatory incursion. We know that Trinidad has infiltrated law enforcement in Venezuela, the military, and the government. We believe Maduro regime was involved with sending thousands upon thousands here to unsettle this country.
But I guess the point is now that
intelligence reports have backed that up.
Yeah, and I'm trying to go back and forth with you because I'm going to give you plenty of time, Mr. Homan. But when you look at Venezuela or these other countries, the law says you have to have a declared war. And so, yes, I understand you're not a lawyer, but we don't.
That's not what the law says.
Go ahead.
That's not what it says. A declared war or a predatory incursion. We said there's a predatory incursion occurred. Venezuelan government, Maduro regime was involved, was sending thousands of Venezuelans to this country to unsettle it. to Americans dying from fentanyl they're pushing through the streets, to the criminal acts they've done. I just left New York City. We indicted 27 members of the TDA under a RICO statute for sex trafficking, gun trafficking, drug trafficking.
Sure, and those are individual criminal cases.
We have a strong case of
and Mr. Homan, I'll tell you, so you have the benefit of knowing this is a Texas-appointed judge. I have the quote on the screen. This term invaded concerns warfare. So not people crossing what you're calling predatory. But anyway, my key point to you is now the Supreme Court limited that. You're going to follow that unless and until the courts change it. Is that correct?
Of course we won't follow the Supreme Court, but I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to stop arresting MS-13 members and TDA members. We have to hold them in detention. That's what we'll do. But they're not going to walk the streets of this nation, not under the Trump administration.
It's like the Democrats just don't want to see America be safe. Like, it's crazy. On top of that, they don't go this hard for the American citizens. They go extremely hard for criminals. They go extremely hard for non-Americans. You saw this entire thing play out the same way with the abomination of the Biden-Harris administration, where there was no due process with them getting in, and they just flooded the border. Okay, and the Democrats were just fighting for them to get rights, fighting for them to get gun rights, and for them to be able to vote and everything like that. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. What about the Americans, the American people? And then when the time came for the Democrats to show if they care about the Americans, the actual citizens of America are literally getting $700 in a loan, okay, for an entire family that a loan they have to repay. That shows you how much the Democrats care about the American people. So to see them go this hard for illegals is absolutely wild to me. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. And, okay, Tom Homan, drop down below if you agree with what Tom Homan's doing, okay? I certainly think that, they're doing a great job with handling this border issue, and the Democrats are irate because that's their next batch of voters. That was their next batch of voters, okay? That is their new batch of slaves. That's really how it strikes me, but let me know how you guys feel about that down below. I certainly think so. That was their next group of individuals who were going to vote blue no matter who, because too many people got awakened to the Democrats' nonsense. All right. It doesn't make sense to vote Democrat. You vote Democrat for your own financial funeral. That's really how it strikes me. But let me know how you guys think, what you guys think about that. Let's get back into it.
Understood. I wanted to get clarity on another issue when you appeared with Democratic Mayor Adams in New York. As you know, there was a lot of controversy over the way the DOJ handled that case. Lawyers there in government service resigned over it. You went on Fox News and you said you guys had an agreement. The headlines out of that were you had mass resignations. The prosecutors say the justice asked them to admit wrongdoing. Trump border czar warns Mayor Adams, this is, I'm sure you remember, not to violate the agreement on DOJ to help you with policy, with enforcement. If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City and we won't be sitting on a couch, you said. Were you referring to the threat that if he doesn't play ball or cooperate, that DOJ could revive his case, investigate, or charge him?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was two cops talking, two career cops having a good time. He's been a great partner. And let's make something clear. I started talking to Mayor Adams in November, long before this whole criminal thing came up. Our agreement to get back in Rikers Island was because I sat down with a cop, mayor, but a career cop, who agreed with me that he doesn't want to be an immigration officer. I don't want to be an immigration officer, but let us send to Rikers Island so we can arrest an illegal alien criminal public safety threat.
So where would you be, though, if not on the couch?
And recommit an offense.
What did you mean? Because you see, the case had just been dropped. A lot of pattern here. What did you mean?
Get us back. He made a commitment to get back in Rikers Island. So, we talk cop to cop all the time. Well, you better keep your promise and play the rest of the tape. He came back at me and saying, and I'm going to hold you accountable if we don't do things right.
But you're disclaiming. Okay, but you're disclaiming the idea that it would relate.
Nothing to do. He had nothing to do with that criminal investigation. Nothing.
And finally, I wanted to give you.
We were talking months before that issue even came up.
Okay, I want to give you a chance on.
Yep, right there, those liberal eyes, okay? And just how this guy, this MSNBC host, is attacking Tom Homan, repeatedly attacking Tom Homan. What you see is that, Okay, he's trying to push a narrative. That's really how it strikes me. Let me know what you guys think. And Tom Homan is just not having it at all. He keeps interrupting Tom Homan. I'm like, if you ask Tom Homan a question, how about you be quiet and listen to the answer? Okay, that's, you ask a question, listen to the answer. He's not trying to hear that. He's like, no, I'm going to ask a question, and okay, you're making too much sense. Okay, we're going to hit you with another question. We're going to keep annihilating you to make you look stupid and clip farm you. Okay. Clip farming is basically, well, you guys know this, but clip farming is basically just get clips, make Tom Homan look stupid, and then post them as shorts on YouTube. So there's that. And Tom Homan is just not having it. So there's that. Pretty crazy here. It gets worse. Let's go.
One other item, since I've had you and we've given you time. Tonight you said you'll be following the Supreme Court orders. As you know, some Trump officials, including yourself, have sometimes suggested otherwise. This is what you said briefly on Fox News about judges.
We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
Tonight, I wanted to address that with you. You also said tonight, opposing that you will follow what judges in the Supreme Court rules. So is that your final answer on that?
No, what I said, that clip you just played, is the same thing I told you about 7 minutes ago. We're going to keep arresting TDAs. They're not going to stop us. We're going to keep arresting MS-13 members.
Sure.
If we can't remove them through the AEA, we're going to keep them in detention. They're not walk the streets.
Consistent with what the judges rule.
Keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep arresting them and taking them off the street. That's what I meant. I never said we're going to violate a court order. I said we're going to continue doing what we're doing and taking these people off the street. That is what I meant when I said that.
That's what you meant. Consistent with court rulings.
President Trump has said he'll obey the rulings of the Supreme Court, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
But when I said, I don't care what they think, we're going to keep doing it, we're going to keep arresting TDA and MS-13. Maybe we can't remove them as quickly as we want under AEA right now, but they're not going to be walking the streets. If we have to wait for Title VIII proceedings, we'll do that. But they're not going to walk the streets of America under President Trump.
Wow.
Less than until
that was absolutely crazy. Okay, shout out to Hulk Homan, Tom Homan, absolutely annihilating this woke MSNBC host. All right, clearly with a battery in his back and trying to push this narrative. All right, and this is the whole thing to me. It's just mind blowing that they go so hard for criminals. They go so hard for illegals. They go so hard for people who are non-American citizens. Okay. And it's just mind blowing. But when it comes to the Americans, they're like, oh no, we would never try to help the American people. Oh no. What do we look like helping the Americans? It's just, that's just how the Democrats come off to me. It is just mind blowing how people can still vote blue no matter who. And especially with how they insult certain demographics of people. And it's just mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. At this point, I really believe that the Democrats have shown us their true colors. And this is where I say to the Democrats, keep on, keep it coming. Okay. Continue, recording yourselves, showing your true colors for the world to see. You're only solidifying JD Vance 2028. That's really how it strikes me, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Shout out to the King Squad. Shout out to the King Squad. Happy Memorial Day. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you to everyone who has served, okay? And we honor those and remember the fallen, okay, over here. Just wanted to say that. And, yeah, other than that, it's great to see you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for all donations. Peace.